Good evening, welcome back to Glisten TV News. The city of Johannesburg is staring at impending power cuts due to its staggering and paid debt of R6.3 billion to Eskom. Despite acknowledging the debt, the city claims Eskom has overbilled for certain supply points, justifying partial payment withholding. Eskom disputes this, citing a reneged agreement to make payments while investigating allegations of overbilling. With 90 billion rands in unpaid municipal bills nationwide, Eskom spokesperson Daphne Makwena warns that borrowing to cover operational costs increases the costs of providing electricity exponentially. Eskom will issue a public notice on Friday, inviting submissions on the proposed power interruption, with a final decision to be made on December 12. Gauteng's education department has banned food sales at schools due to rising food contamination cases, sparking resident outrage. Over 10 children have died since October, including 6 from Naledi in Soweto. Residents feel small vendors are unfairly punished, pointing to spaza shops and snack manufacturers as the root problem. They urge regulation and vetting instead. For more on this developing story, consider checking online news sources. South Africa's economy is facing significant losses due to ongoing unrest in Mozambique, with estimated daily losses of 10 million rands. The temporary closure of the Lebombo border post and the Maputo port has severely disrupted trade logistics, affecting air, rail, road, and sea transportation wide. The situation has exposed vulnerabilities in South Africa's mining logistics, particularly with Transnet's inefficiencies driving companies to seek alternative routes. 34 people have died in the violence since the October 9 poll, and the Road Freight Association estimates direct losses to freight logistics at approximately 6 million rands daily wide. This includes vehicle damage, driver injuries, looting of goods, and disruptions to exports and imports. The crisis has also impacted various sectors such as services, manufacturing, tourism, retail, mining, and agriculture. Experts warn of long-term negative effects on the entire SADC region, with trade volumes and government resources strained. In a surprise move, Zimbabwe's ICT minister has announced that WhatsApp group admins using their groups for business purposes will now require a government-issued data protection license, effective immediately. This license, issued by the Postal and Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe (POTRAZ), will cost between $50 and $2,500, depending on the nature of the group Y. Additionally, admins will need to appoint a certified data protection officer, trained by POTRAZ Squared Cubed. This move is part of Zimbabwe's efforts to implement the Cyber and Data Protection Act, which was gazetted in 2022. Australia's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, has announced a bold plan to ban children under 16 from social media, citing the harmful influence of platforms like Facebook and TikTok on kids. The new laws will require tech giants to enforce the age limit and face hefty fines if they fail to do so. Why? This move is part of Australia's efforts to clean up social media and protect its youth from online harms. The tech companies will be given a one-year grace period to figure out how to implement and enforce the ban. The Prime Minister emphasized that social media is doing real harm to our kids and that it's time to take action. The proposed laws will be presented to state and territory leaders this week, before being introduced to Parliament in late November. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, has expressed willingness to respect the age limitations, but warns against poorly drafted laws that may not effectively address the issue. Equatorial Guinea's Director General of the National Financial Investigation Agency, Baltasar Ngonga, has found himself at the center of a shocking scandal. Authorities initially suspected him of fraud, but what they discovered instead was a staggering collection of around 400 explicit sex tapes featuring Ngonga and numerous women, including his brother's wife and the sister of the country's president. Why? This explosive revelation has led to Ngonga's immediate suspension, along with other officials implicated in the scandal. Vice President Teodoro Ngema Obiang has vowed to take severe measures against those involved, citing a flagrant violation of the Code of Conduct and Public Ethics Law. Why? The internet is abuzz with reactions, ranging from outrage to concern about the distribution of the tapes, which some argue constitutes revenge porn. Many are questioning how Ngonga managed to accumulate such a large collection of explicit recordings while maintaining his high profile. That's all we had for you at this time. Kindly consider subscribing to our channel for more news updates. Until we meet again, it's goodbye from us. Thank you for